Hey everyone, welcome to Palmetto Zoo. I am Wix. Today we are gonna work on a koala exhibit and starting on our new Outback section for our zoo. We're also doing a lot of cool things, for example, putting in a lot of clutter and making this super nice plaza nice to look at. So let's get into it. Hey everyone, yes, we are in Palmetto Zoo here today, and today we are building a koala habitat. We are slowly starting on our Outback section, and today I'm making a very cool habitat integration for the koalas. I haven't really played a lot around with the koalas, and I know the only time I did was in my big Hopton Zoo, where I built this enormous habitat they were sharing with the kangaroos. But today I felt we should do something a little bit different. I have a lot of inspiration from Tampa Zoo, and I know they have koalas and they have them like inside of this little glass monitor exhibit kind of thing. And I felt like I wanted to do the same, but then add like a little extra outgoing extension for them, which you will see me build later on in the video. But yeah, mainly my inspiration were from like going in and see the koalas inside and not really having like a crazy outdoor habitat, but just a little cozy one. I'm really liking the whole situation here of the entire build I'm doing today. You will see a few cuts here and there because I kind of like try to keep all the trial and errors out, so we are just focusing on what is getting built. So I really didn't have any inspiration for this. This was mainly just kind of like, what do you say, free drawing, in a sense of just having a few ideas and see where they took me. And I really love the small little habitat for them here, and it's really nice when you get to see how they roam around in there and like climb on all their things. So we're slowly starting on the Outback section. As I said, we did the Tasmanian Devil last time, and we have the koalas here. Of course, now with the DLC coming, we might postpone what kind of animals we want and maybe just focus on the swans and wolverines. I kind of want them in this zoo as well, and then we save the other animals for Terra Magica and other different projects if we want to, because I want to keep on what I said about this project. I want to keep it small, like a mini zoo, not too many animals, and maybe just have, like, as I said, this Outback situation. And then we'll have the aviary, we'll have the reptile house, and then I think, like, besides that, having some native animals to Florida, and of course, then I think we're kind of like done with that situation, and I don't want to overdo it. So we're gonna keep it small as well. I want to do a small little parking lot and a road as well outside of the park, so we kind of like get a little bit of realistic approach on that situation too. So, but as you can see here, slowly I'm building this building here, and then afterwards I'm trying to add in all these safety barriers and all that situation so people can look at the habitat and not get too close. Here I felt like I wanted to build this so you won't get them close to like mess up the glass and like knock on the glass and etc. Because I see so many people do that in zoos and it's so rude and disrespectful. So I felt like building a little bit of a barrier so we're not forced into the glass makes this build a lot better as well. Here in this little specific area, as you can see, this big round window we have, I'm adding in like a little sleeping section, like a little enrichment item for the koalas, because I feel like that window right there is perfect to like having a little showcase for the koalas, in case it is, right? But it's not really just their habitat, but it really looks cool when you see the koala hanging there next to the big habitat that I built them here. So there's a lot of things going on here, as I said, trial and errors, where I kind of like fix up some things and trying to add things together, and it really works very well here. I'm trying to get a little bit of a different vibe here, and some things are really looking dope, and I really like this whole Mediterranean theme as we're going with here in the Palmetto Zoo. We are eventually gonna expand and like add a little bit more things to different areas, buildings, like some Art Deco, and we got still the Florida Cracker style we want to do. Maybe I could do that on the outskirts, but we'll see. We also need a few help from a few people in my community that are gonna add in a few blueprints and stuff here and there. So I will mainly do habitats and big buildings, and then all the small fillers will be a community situation here, like small shops, stands, exhibits, maybe souvenir shops, stuff like that. But as you can see here, I'm really going with like a cool color scheme here. We got yellow and like a black, a blue kind of vibe, and it really works well for the koalas that are like this sort of color, like more light yellowish, I guess you can say. So I'm really happy for how this turned out, especially the whole situation around the whole build here, like the environment, like how I integrated it to the building, to the plaza. And I really think it's super cool that you walk into the zoo here, and then on your left you will have the Galapagos tortoise and the reptile house, and then on the right you will slowly enter like the Outback situation area, which is really cool. In this specific area I want the little penguins as well, and then I want the quagga, and then I think we might do kiwis and emus as well. We're not doing any kangaroos, but if you have any suggestions of what kind of animal you want to see in the Outback, please let me know in the comments down below. If you have any suggestions, maybe I overlooked one that could be super fitting here, and also one I might not have built a habitat for yet, because we have so many animals now, and it goes so fast now with 8 new animals we're gonna get as well, which is pretty damn cool. It's a very cool pack. I'm very excited for the swan, which is Denmark's national bird actually. So I kind of want to put this in here just as a little representation, wow, of Denmark, and also while I'm building this. So we're definitely adding that, and as I said, the Wolverine, and maybe the exhibit animal, the Herman tortoise, into the reptile house. But we'll see when we get further into the series here. But as you can see here, I'm trying some new things that I've not really done before, like this whole realistic approach. It's interesting and it's funny because I don't really use a lot of these pieces normally, so it's very nice to get them into my building brain, so to speak. And yeah, it works really well. You can see like adding some fencing on top here, and then after that I'm adding another level. It's not super pretty, we can all agree to that, but you know what, and we're warming up, and I feel like it's totally fine that we're having a little bit of mesh fences clipping, because it's not the end of the world. We can make that disappear, you know. So now we just slowly have built the whole like little aviary here for the koalas, the little fencing section, and we're slowly adding in their enrichment stuff, like all the stuff they can climb on, and we're making this super nice, this little open area out here. One thing I really do dislike about these koalas is like their hitboxes and like their ability to climb. It's not working 100%. It's very buggy. So I'm glad that I can just build this and not look back on this, because sometimes they were literally on the roof. I don't know how they got there, but they were just on the roof of the building, even though I closed everything off. So how they got up there, I have no clue, but I think we more or less got it to work. So that is nice. Inside here, we're making their little relaxing area. This is the place where they're gonna come in, and people can watch them from the outside, and they can seek shelter and all that stuff. And then they have their little outgoing yard here, as you can see, which is slowly getting added more and more stuff to. We got the koalas in here now. As you can see, they're kind of roaming around, and don't mind all the like respawning stuff they do, because here in the start, I think I built too small, obviously, and it affects their hitboxes and where they can roam. So every time I put down a new piece, they kind of like just respawned. in a new box. So eventually, when you will get into this zoo, when it's done, I hope the koalas will run smoothly, but if so, you'll know what to do. Just open up the boxes and yeah, unbox them pretty much. As you can see, they're already roaming out here and going in to climb, and they're actually doing a very well job with this specific section here, though. It's mainly more the respawn, but yeah, I added 3 in here, and they're just chilling, and I really like the whole atmosphere of this build, especially since I'm not really used to build stuff like this. So it's challenging and it's fun. I'm a big fan. As you can see, we had a little baby koala as well, which is already, while I was building, matured. So I kind of sent all of them into the wild, so we don't have to think about getting too overpopulated habitats here. Same is with the Tasmanian devil. I have aging off. I have death thing off. I really, just sad to see animals die in your zoo, so I took that off, and I just have welfare and aging normally, so that happens as well. But so they'll be very old in this zoo, right? But as you can see here at the end, before we move over to a little bit of a different section, I am adding a little bit of extra thing inside of the enclosure here, just to add a little bit extra touches, so it's not completely plain. And adding some mesh pieces on the top with a little bit of light, and then we are sealing it off, and everything is kind of working hand in hand here. You can see we got some backstage stuff that eventually will be better to look at, but for now we just need kind of like a little boring backdrop with some foliage, and then that kind of works with what I'm trying to achieve here. So we are moving over to this little section here, as I told you guys about, where I want to start the whole outback zone situation here. So as you can see, I was trying to evolve a few more pieces from the Australia pack. To be fair, there's not a lot of pieces that I feel like is good for this specific one, but I do really like these Australian planks. Also, I was thinking, if you guys are curious, into get a top 10 kind of all the DLCs for Planet Zoo, because the more I build here, and also the more I get into this realistic approach, there's a lot of packs now that I feel like is kind of lacking or does not really fit in, which made me go to the Australia pack, which this is the first time I really get to use the pieces and kind of focus on them, and there's not a lot of stuff in that pack I feel like that are actually relevant, more or less, but maybe we'll figure that out later in the series. But for now, I feel like there's a lot better packs than the Australia pack here, and I've heard a lot of people speak good about this one, but I guess we'll just have to see how it works later on in this series. Before we go over to a little extra section, I'm fixing up the roof here. As you can see, I'm trying to make it a little bit curved, so it's not completely the same, and you can see like the backdrop afterwards, and it kind of works very well with this. Just really trying to add some things here so it has a nice backdrop, and you don't really see all the realistic backstage stuff in the background, which we will slowly get to as well. But for now, I'm mainly focusing on the presentation of things, and I want to get as many animals in as possible, because it's kind of fun building habitats, right? Especially when you have to focus on the realistic part and not just make a big roaming habitat where you really don't put a lot of effort in that way of just adding a few rocks and trees. So my focus on this project series is definitely to try look into some realistic habitats. Like, I'm going to Tampa Zoo here very soon, again here in the December month, to check out some Christmassy stuff, so maybe some ideas and inspiration will pop up. I'm also going to Busch Gardens too, so might be lucky to get some nice inspiration for several new videos in this project. This specific section in here will be the staff entrance, and then we're also adding in some restroom facilities. As you can see, I'm really trying to make it look super nice with this ceramic tiles, and it really works well as soon as I get it done. and then I'm adding in a big picture in the toilet here, and that's pretty much what I will be adding in here. It's not really a big deal. It's just more of a nice little section to go to the toilet and for the staff people to go and go in the back there. So I'm adding in a few doors and some toilet signs, and it kind of works well because you always see toilets at the entrance like of the plaza, because it's just very common for all parks, for our zoos pretty much. So that's what we're doing there, and as you can see, they're slowly walking inside here and going through that door I put in, and yeah. So at the end here, I really didn't know what to build, but I was like, what if I do a little trellis situation, and then we'll have a little sitting area here, so people can sit and wait and like sit in the shade for a bit to calm down, because it's getting pretty hot here in Florida, especially in the summer. So super cool to add this on here, and we'll definitely add a few fans as well in some of our buildings when we get that far, because we have that in the game. So, but yeah, which animal in the new pack are you most excited for? And let me hear your suggestions on what animals of the new pack you would like to see in here. As I say, I personally want the swan and the wolverine. And then you've heard a little bit about what animals we want to do in the outback. I'm thinking I want to focus on the outback zone, so we can get that out of the way. And then on stream, I will build more stuff like for the reptile house and just more buildings in general. Next time, I will also kind of want to build an outdoor sign for the zoo as well. So we'll see how that would go. So yeah, at the end here, we are just adding a few clutter pieces, some lamps, trying to make it super nice. And then we eventually add a few windows, and then behind this bench here, I'm adding in another Palmetto sign. I felt like it was kind of cool to have it written on the wall here in a sort of contemporary, sort of super cool way of kind of like the UI, doing it yourself kind of thing, as you can see here with all these planks and stuff, and it works really, really well. We are slowly finishing off here with this cool little sign here. It would be cool to sit here in the front of this bench, and then you can get a picture taken or stuff like that with the Palmetto Zoo sign in the back. And I felt like that was kind of a cool addition to it all. So, but yeah, that was fourth episode of Palmetto Zoo. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Leave a like and a comment down below. Let me hear what you think, and I will see you in the next Palmetto Zoo video. And if you're interested in watching more of this, I'm also streaming this a few times a month, so visit me on Twitch as well. Lots of cool stuff there. And if you want to participate in the zoo, maybe even adding in a blueprint of your own, join the Discord, and you'll get more information about it in there. So yeah, friends, at the end here we are adding a little bit of foliage, and then we are making our own little crates with the new pieces from the Oceania pack, and it actually works super well, as you can see here in the background now, where I'm slowly taking each one of them and adding a little crate to it. So yeah, guys, enjoy the cinematics, and I'll see you next time. Peace out. Bye bye.